Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Holy Flick Podcast with your host, me, Cannon King, and your co-host, Seth Scott.
Hey, everybody.
Back again to talk more about movies. Been kind of wrapping up, not really wrapping up the end of the summer box office. We still have all of August left as well, but
Mhm.
a lot of the major cap-offs was stuff like Fantastic Four, recent box office numbers, big topics recently, and of course doing some of our favorite games, movie games that we like to
Mhm.
play, like blind rankings. Also doing higher and lower again today, and giving you guys some random recommendations that we have. So should be a fun one today. Um, Starting out with this last weekend's box office, August 1st through the 3rd. Fantastic Four stays atop of the box office with a $40 million box office take in. Pretty good, but a
What a
66%
drop.
drop
Yeah.
off, yeah, from the weekend before, which they had earned 117 million on their opening weekend. Talking domestic, of course, but
Right.
yeah, big drop off. Anything less than 60% is considered to be pretty good. So 66
Right.
is, I mean, it's not just awful necessarily, but it's not good either. It
I
will
don't think it's
get
what they expected. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, just to go ahead, I guess, and talk about it real quick. When it comes to why I think it kind of dropped off was I don't think the word of mouth was necessarily the best. First of all, um, and
No, no.
I would also say how like the timing on coming after Superman so quickly within like 2 weeks. I'm
Right.
not saying like to the buzzword of superhero fatigue necessarily, but
No.
having like two of your biggest or the two biggest superhero films of the year coming out
Mhm.
with that close within each other, I think they were kind of maybe hoping for like a
It was like
Barbenheimer
one
sort of
extreme or
effect. Yeah, but
right. We
yeah, I
thought
think they
either.
got the other extreme,
Yeah.
like what you're
The one they
saying.
didn't want.
Yeah, which is they kind of stepped on each other's toes. I feel like possibly a little bit, but I do think it's more of word of mouth probably. And also like it's a back to school sort of like weekend and stuff. Maybe that didn't help. Maybe it
Everybody's
could have
yeah.
come out earlier. Maybe it would have been better if it came out 2 weeks before Superman and them not still being the same like distance apart, but coming out at a different time in the summer might have helped. But it's not like it's getting like such poorly reviews or anything. But it has kind of shocked me. I think I'll have to look
I
it
think it's
up.
the
But
same Metascore as Superman. I think they're both at 68 last I looked.
yeah, I know it's getting like
And
good reviews. I just
I
don't
think
think the
that
word of mouth has been there like it has for Superman. I think Superman also was like very widely beloved from a critical and audience point of view.
right. That's all I ever
So
heard was from audience, obviously.
I think
People I know.
for Fantastic Four, it had a lot to live up to. You know,
Yeah.
like it's hard to
And I
live in
think
that shadow.
what also hurt Fantastic Four was the vibe of that movie is just completely the opposite of Superman. They're like where you go from hope and doing the right thing and yada yada yada. Then you switch to Fantastic Four and it's pretty dark. The whole world is just dark and depressive. Honestly, the whole planet they're on, it looks just depressing and sad. It's dark.
Well, it's
They're
funny.
kind of worshipped as gods in a way. It's kind of weird to me
Yeah,
that they went that route, and then the dilemma that they're put in the movie, which was a good plot, um, in all honesty. But I don't know. I just think it was so much different than Superman that kind of might maybe hurt the word of mouth.
yeah, true. Maybe it wasn't like you said as optimistic and hopeful. Even though I mean, Fantastic Four is still like more of a hunky dory sort of
Sure,
IP like Superman is. I mean, they are. I
absolutely.
mean, not necessarily the same, but similar or adjacent in some ways. But like I said, I can't find the numbers right now. I was trying to find it, but I swear I saw a stat recently on the Fantastic Four Friday to Friday drop off was more like 80% or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
like very high. Like it debuted really high on the first Friday and the second Friday. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh wait, I think I just saw it right here. Experiencing a dramatic 79 point something percent drop off. Um,
hmm,
trying to go. I hate when like it shows you on like the summary on the description for like a website page that you're like looking up. It shows you like
right.
the clip of it. Then I go to search for it in the article, and there's can't find it anywhere. Um, yeah, something like that, but something very dramatic. But anyways, I do think it's probably word of mouth. But it's some other stuff that I probably can't even begin to think of because again, I don't think it deserved such a dramatic drop at the box office, really. And being Marvel and all that stuff, maybe it does point towards again buzzword of superhero fatigue.
Sure.
Um, it's really hard to tell,
I
but
wonder. I'm interested to see what their third week's like. I was just looking back at Superman's second week. They were at 53% drop and they did 58 million, which is like
yeah,
roughly a little bit around 20 million more than um, Fantastic Four. But I would like to see week three Superman did, which was this last, well, no, 2 weekends ago. They did 24, almost 25 million. I'd like to see what Fantastic. Do you think there will be Fantastic Four will do 20-25 million on after this weekend,
I
or do you
think
think
they
it'll be
have
less,
to. I think
considerably
they
less?
have. I mean,
Because it's
they
trending
have to
like they
hope.
would be half that
I was gonna say that it's trending like they have to hope for a $20 million weekend.
at
Like
least.
25 would be insane, but I mean, when you're on one hand, again, 66% is not like unheard of or just
It's
insane
not a
when it comes
failure.
to bad. No, but when you also look at it, Seth, with the movies that have been at the box office before, like you can't tell in the course of the weekends for movies that are just premiering, but
Sure.
movies that have had a box office weekend before now, look at their drop offs. The only movie to do worse than Fantastic Four than drop off in the top 10 at the box office is Smurfs at 67.6%.
And
So
that's
every
their
other
third week.
movie, yeah, Superman's on its fourth weekend did a 44% drop off. Jurassic World staying power has been incredible. Fifth weekend,
Insane.
34% drop off.
That's a very
F
good movie. Go see that if you haven't.
F1 also some good staying
Great movie.
power this summer. In its sixth weekend with a 35% drop off weekend to weekend. I Know What You
Four
Did Last
million.
Summer has not had good ratings or reviews. And in its third weekend, a 48% drop off. Yeah, it's only
Yeah.
2.6 million, but I'm just saying, like, for
Still,
what it's
right.
done before, it's continuing to do those numbers. How to Train Your Dragon, eighth weekend,
Also
53.4%
another
drop off.
banger movie.
Eighth weekend and still in the top 10. We'll see if F1
Is
and Jurassic World can do stuff like that.
can
But that's insane. Like some of
uh
these movies
F1
for
is coming back to theaters as well for an
yeah,
IMAX run.
it's having an IMAX run. And we were going to
Another IMAX run, I guess.
talk more about that too about F1 box office, but just talking about the percentage to percentage drop off, like some of these films have had such a great staying power for this summer. And it just seems like Jurassic or not Jurassic, but Fantastic Four
Fantastic.
having a 66% drop
I
off
th-
does
I think we
seem
have to
worse than
really
others.
look at if it wouldn't have been one of the last movies to come out, would it have done these numbers or would it have done something different?
You're talking
Because
about if it was like more at
if
the
it came out
height.
in June, the first,
Yeah.
well, let's just say if it came out the first week of June before Jurassic, F1, Superman, I think it would have been around the same time as How to Train Your Dragon. Um, I don't know. I just think not everybody goes to the movies every week. Some people pick and choose like what they're going to go see. And do you think like maybe some people have already saw their limit of what they want to go
I
see at the
guess
movies
yeah,
this month? So
you make a really good point that people could have already seen their quota as a family. I mean,
sure,
and it could have looked a
a
little
lot of
maybe I don't know, different or darker or what like maybe Fantastic Four didn't hit their, like kids audience that well or family
I
demographic.
don't think they did honestly,
Um
because
and maybe
just for
I don't think Superman necessarily hit it the best either, but I mean, you already had films like I know it wasn't even summer. This is pre-summer, but you had Minecraft, which is like the biggest movie of the year,
All right.
being a kids film.
Yep.
You had Lilo and Stitch. You had How to Train Your Dragon. I mean, just had Smurfs come out on the weekend before.
Bad Guys
Fantastic
2.
Four, Bad Guys 2, the Superman film, also uh, Jurassic World. There's just a whole lot of stuff. I mean, Elio didn't even do the greatest, but it's still another kids film. Like there's just
Yeah.
it's a big market for that this summer and every summer. But I do think you make a good point that the timing of Fantastic
Hmm.
Four throughout the summer box office maybe didn't help it the most, but um, again, I think maybe it's not even bad word of mouth for Fantastic Four, but sometimes it could just be the lack of word of mouth for
Sure.
people talking about like go out and see this film or it's terrible or whatever. I just think it was kind of mixed reviewed, and I don't think it really got put out until like the zeitgeist, I guess, enough like on the weekend that it came out or talked about. Like Superman, for instance, did. I feel that a lot of people wanted, like, were clamoring to talk about Superman. Fantastic Four just, it seemed like kind of came and went with its opening weekend because again, the
Right.
drastic drop within a week of each other is it's just not great. But yeah, Bad Guys 2 at number 2 for the weekend for its opening weekend at $22.2 million, coming from Universal. And the Naked Gun, I love to see it doing some
Hmm.
pretty good
Right.
numbers as a comedy
Can't wait to
and
see
a
that.
remake. Yeah, we're both haven't seen that film, but both seeing it in the next weekend. Maybe we'll see it at the same time. But
Hmm.
$17 million for it. Also, again, opening weekend. Superman at number 4 with $13.8 million. As you said last weekend, it had $24.8 million, so a 44.2% drop off. And in its fourth weekend, being at number 4 for this past weekend. And then Jurassic World Rebirth at $8.7 million, $13.2 million last weekend. So that's a crazy drop off of just 34.1% in its fifth
Hmm.
weekend. Um, One of the movies not in the top 5 you mentioned before we talked about was F1. Um, that is the highest grossing film for Brad Pitt officially now in his career, which
Wow.
is insane. Surpassed
You're
World
right.
War Z for that award. And then Jurassic World Rebirth, which I said rounded out the top 5, um, has just surpassed $750 million. I think it's only done better overall than 2 other Jurassic movies so far, which was Jurassic 3 and The Lost World. Um,
Okay.
I think are the only 2 that's done better than, but still passing
So the most,
750.
well, yeah,
Probably the
okay.
worst reviewed
Wow.
ones, maybe,
Yeah,
um, but still passing $750 million is really good as far as just from a box office standpoint, even if it's
sure.
not like the best of the franchise. And again, the staying power that it's had has been pretty good and done pretty well globally. So, been good for it. Superman, believe, is finally turned profitable, like for sure now, with the marketing budget and the production budget and everything. And again, has still had some pretty good staying power. So I think we could talk about it, I guess, because the internet has so much, really. But the Superman versus Man of Steel, like box office talks. Um,
Hmm.
just a few points that I've seen be made, and I just want to, I guess, regurgitate when it comes to it not performing as well overall as Man of Steel. Because I do love like Man of Steel and Superman
Yeah, I do too.
overall, and I think I'm gonna say we both love Man of Steel and enjoyed some of the Snyderverse of what it had to offer for sure for those 10 years. Some formative 10 years for us when it comes to movies too. So I mean, they have fond memories of that time. But
Mhm.
uh, Man of Steel came at like the height of the superhero, uh, you know, craze, I guess to say, at a time when stuff like Avengers was coming out, coming off of like the Dark Knight trilogy. I think it was the same year as Dark Knight Rises, or maybe a year after. Um, I just think that Superman doesn't come at as good of a time as we just talked about with like the Fantastic Four
Right.
box office. Not every superhero movie can just easily make $500 million to $1 billion almost just for being like pretty good. I mean, like uh, Captain Marvel even made over $1 billion, I believe, at the box office. I just think we're at a different time, I guess, when it comes to superhero
Sure.
films at the box office is the biggest thing. Um, but yeah, and I don't know, just the way that the DC universe ended up, like how it ended up at the box office with films like Flash, with films like Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, not doing well. For something like Superman to do well, I think is like earning back trust from the public. It feels like from the everyday moviegoer, the people that aren't super into to the DC universe, and marking the stuff down on their calendars for your average moviegoer to get like their trust back when it comes to DC property. I think is
Hmm.
has not done the greatest like that they have not in the last decade when it comes to their trend, and as well as Marvel since Endgame. So, anyways, just saying that I think Superman just trying to defend it a little bit when it comes to no, it's not going to surpass Man of Steel,
Right.
surpass them overall, but I do think it's done a really good job. And
I do. Yeah. I think they're very happy with it at Warner Brothers.
yeah, again, I think they see it as a success as well, and then I think we all see it as a success from just an enjoyment overall standpoint and the vision where they're going with this, like this kind of kicking off, being the official kickoff of the DC universe. Um, there's a lot to look forward to coming off of Superman and just enjoying the vision of what James Gunn has given us or the direction that he's going with.
Yep.
Um,
Very excited
just
for the future.
yeah, so much to look forward to. Anyways, so yeah, kind of the box office. For the rest of the films in the top 10, you got Together at number 6, a little indie horror film, body horror film, at $6.8
Yeah.
million from Neon. And then at number 7, you've got F1 at $4.1 million, a 35% drop off. Again, really good staying power for it. Number 8, I Know What You Did Last Summer, $2.6 million, 48% drop off. Number 9, Smurfs, $1.7 million, a 67.6% drop off. So pretty heavy on that. And then How to Train Your Dragon, $1.3 million at number 10 with a 53.4% drop off. Again, in its 8th weekend. So pretty insane for
Pretty
that
insane.
film to
Yeah.
still be in the top 10 at all. But yeah, kind of our box office roundup. Moving on to I know it's been a couple weekends, but as we were just talking about Fantastic Four, our review on that. Now that we've both seen it,
Hmm.
I think we both have probably similar points of views and different points of views, maybe different scores for
Probably.
this
Yeah. Probably
film.
some.
Um,
Probably so. Yeah.
what are your overall thoughts on the new
Yeah.
Fantastic Four?
I'm not gonna go deep dive into it because I don't know if it's really there is one for me. But just to start off, I think I give it like a 72.
Okay.
Uh, it was good, not great. It was not a bad movie by any means, but it was kind of lacking for me. Like the aesthetics, the visuals were awesome and beautiful, amazing. I love their suits. They're awesome in the movie. I love that look. Um, the cat. I'll tell you what. Is it Joseph Quinn? Is that the
Yeah,
guy's name?
Joseph Quinn for a Human Torch.
I've never really liked him in anything he's been in, but I really enjoyed him in this movie. I thought he was probably the star of the movie
Yeah.
by far. Um, he did a great job. It it was it was like a less than 2 hour movie, like an hour 45 maybe. It felt really
Uh,
short,
hour
maybe
54. Yeah.
hour 54. So
Yeah.
around 150 with all the
Yeah.
whatever. Anyways, it felt really short, and it felt like we didn't really accomplish anything other than setting up Avengers Doomsday. Basically, like basically was a setup movie. There was no, I mean, there was a plot, and the plot was good. Um, I liked the way they put them in a very social dilemma, ethical dilemma. That was nice, but it just felt like it lacked a lot of substance, and the world was just grim and dark, and I was just really surprised by that. It just seemed miserable. Like the whole planet just seemed miserable to live on, unless you were the Fantastic Four who lived in this, the giant building. Baxter, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Baxter.
I believe so. Yeah.
It just, I don't know. It was weird, but it wasn't a bad movie at all. It was definitely worth going to see, and also the post credit, which was probably the best part of the whole movie for me, honestly.
I mean, that was a
That was
pretty big
cool.
moment.
Yeah, it was huge. Well, that, and there is a part in the movie where it kind of hints to the person that's in that post credit
Oh,
scene.
it hints at
Briefly.
them a couple times in the movie. Yeah.
But 72 out of 100, worth seeing for sure. Not my favorite movie this summer. Not even close, probably. But it was not a bad movie. I will say this. I think, and I told you this before we started. I enjoyed Captain America and Thunderbolts more than this movie. I thought they were more fun.
How would you rank
And
those films in the year for Marvel?
I've been thinking about this all week, honestly. Really, this is purely subjective and just what movies I enjoyed, but I would probably rank them as Captain America, Thunderbolts, and then Fantastic Four. I really,
Okay.
really enjoyed Captain America. I think it was completely overhated for no reason other than it wasn't Chris Evans, and that was a really fun movie.
I mean, you're
Anthony Mackie
also
really did a wonderful job as Cap.
yeah,
Honestly, it
and
was
then
hokey. Don't get me
and
wrong.
in the studio, he also did a
Yeah,
great job in the studio.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I
Oh God.
and it also had Harrison Ford too, so I know you love Harrison
Yeah.
Ford.
Anything with him, I'll go see for sure.
Uh, yeah,
Even though he said he is done, he will not be appearing in any more Marvel.
I mean, I don't blame
From
him.
what?
It seemed like it
Yeah.
was going to be a
What's the
one-off
reason?
from the beginning. I didn't expect him
Right.
to be in a lot of movies. Um,
But yeah, final score 72 out of 100. Worth seeing for sure, and that's not one of my favorites. That's
yeah,
that for me.
I'm not too far off you on score. I would say probably about a 77,
Okay.
78, something like that. Out of 100. Um, I think the biggest weakness of the Fantastic Four First Steps is the pacing of it. Um, it's a lot of things going on, and I think also
Mhm.
similar to something like Superman, but I don't think it juggles them or finesses them as well. Doesn't give them all to completion. I think sometimes things are happening and people aren't reacting the way that they maybe should, or it's not given like the space
Sure.
to breathe sometimes um, throughout the film. But I thought as far as like all the characters went, as you talked about with Joseph Quinn, I would say he is the standout of the Fantastic Four. He had the best probably character development, or they gave you more for his character than you would have expected going
Right.
into it,
Sure.
or like your preconceptions about what who the Human Torch is. I think is different in this film. Um,
Yeah.
the Thing was kind of sidelined to me with a very
Yeah.
simple story, not much character development at all for him. Whereas, like, that's one thing in the 2000s Fantastic Four that they definitely went into hard was like, the Thing's dealing with becoming like a rock person, pretty much.
Right.
The
Right.
emotional notes of that they didn't really have that at all. Skipped over all that. Um, I enjoyed Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, although I'm as tired as everybody else, I think, as having him star in every movie that comes out or
Yeah.
TV show that
Correct.
happens. But I thought he did a good job as Mr. Fantastic, pulling, like, even from the first scene, the opening scene of just him and the Invisible Woman in the bathroom. It's nothing, no
Mhm.
spoiler or anything, but the opening up of that,
Right.
there's like a switch up moment where he goes from seeming like a normal to do sort of guy that could be from the 1950s, like an I Love Lucy or something like that. And then he swaps up into this like computer brain, like Tony Stark sort of thinking.
Sure.
Um, and he pulls that off in a very believable way, as being Mr. Fantastic and somebody that knows a whole lot of things and is the brain of the group. Although sometimes I feel like they have to ask him, like, "Hey, can you think for a second, like, to help us out
Yeah.
here?" Um,
Yeah.
Sometimes gets in his own way, but I thought they went into his character pretty well. And Sue Storm, I would say, is probably my second favorite of the Fantastic Four in this film, behind Human Torch. I thought they did a whole lot with her character, and she was kind
Mhm.
of the. Whereas it seemed like
On the
Reed
opposite
Richards
side.
was the face of the group to the public, she was kind of like the glue, I guess I would say, of the
Yeah.
group, or the secret leader, I guess, of the group. The silent leader, maybe, is a better way of putting it. But
Mhm.
anyways, I thought they did a whole lot with her character, and she did a wonderful job. Vanessa Kirby did as Sue Storm. They all kind of fit like the cartoony look, like with the way the whole marketing campaign was of even animating them. Like I thought
Mhm.
they fit that look well. They referenced the animated show within it. It definitely had that Jetsons vibe within the
Yeah,
film,
absolutely did.
in the world and everything. Even with Herbie the robot that they have, it feels like a whole lot of Jetsons vibes. I love the suits in the film, honestly, and the updated suits that they have, like the spaceship suits. I don't think it's a big spoiler or anything, and especially since this film's lacking word of mouth, I might as well just go ahead and talk about it. But the opening of like the second act, I guess I would say, that's one thing I'll say, is that it was hard to kind of tell time in the film. I did think they used the most out of their hour and 54 runtime, as you were saying before. Like they did a whole lot
Mhm.
with it. You have to say that at least, but somewhere around the beginning of the second act, when they go off into space, I thought that was my favorite sequence of the movie. Um, Meeting Galactus for the first time, and um, they have like an interstellar moment at one point. I'll just say vaguely during the movie. That I just thought it was like, wow, like I didn't expect a whole lot of this. Like we're doing things that I didn't expect that we would be doing. So I thought were pretty breathtaking moments. I thought Galactus overall was done really well. I could have used more of him,
Right.
but his scale and the way that he spoke, and just his like
Yes.
determination, like they, in a time where again we've experienced so many superhero films over our lifetime, it's so hard to convince the audience that the threat of the film is a true threat, and that we should be afraid of this thing, and that they could actually win. That's so rare. And I felt like within this film that Galactus did feel unbeatable, and like how are they going to beat him? Like they're trying to figure that
Mhm.
out a lot of the film, and it does feel kind of hopeless. And I think that's kind of what you were talking about with like versus Superman. I didn't really feel like the world itself or the people within it and stuff were so hopeless. They just seem so like simplistic, I guess to say.
Sure.
Um, but I
I
did feel
will
like,
say go ahead.
oh,
Go ahead and finish.
no, the only thing I was to say about the hopeless thing was again more of like how it felt going up against Galactus, and I felt hopeless like
Mhm.
for this planet. Like you're expecting the Fantastic Four are going to join our Earth, quote unquote. Um,
Mhm.
so it's just from the get go, you're feeling like all these people are going to die. Like that's how it felt,
Yeah, how
and
it sure.
up to the
Sure.
end was that it was done for all of them. So they did a perfect job on making the stakes feel like real. I think.
Yeah. No, I agree. I
Uh,
didn't like how they how the ending went. Like the fight, I guess let's just say. I thought that was so I don't know,
I mean,
dumb
the
and
fight overall,
unbelievable.
I thought the. I'll just say two
Well,
short
there's two
moments.
things.
If you know,
Yeah.
you know. But the beginning of the fight where Galactus subverts their expectations was nice.
Mhm.
Again, proving
Right.
his intelligence. I'm not just some big dumb brute just because I'm big.
Sure.
Um,
Right.
but then also like the ending of the fight. Um,
Uh,
I liked with the whole Sue Storm angle and everything. I
I did
really
not. I
enjoy.
thought that was ridiculous, but
I thought it was good. I mean, I think it was more of just. I'll say this. Like, I think of the when people talk about like the adrenaline that can run through like a mother in like a car accident to try to save her child, like she can pick up a vehicle. Like
sure.
I felt like it was like a similar moment to that within the movie. Um, and then I guess them finally confirming a notion that was brought up a lot throughout the movie about a certain character on if they did have a certain ability or not. I feel like it was a natural way to introduce that yes, they do have a power that is beyond our comprehensions, I guess to say. And I think
Mhm.
for them to go there too took a lot of courage because in the past it would seem like Marvel tries to hinder people's like abilities and things. Whereas with this, it felt like it ran a little more free. And especially in a world where there's not really, doesn't seem like any other superheroes necessarily. They had some other villains and things in the movie.
Sure.
Or even the whole mole man angle. I love that. Paul Walter Hauser starring as that. Just always love to see him in things. But uh, I enjoyed the world that they built, the production design, like of the interiors of all the buildings and things, or the Baxter Building,
Mhm.
or the lab, and
Yep.
the clothes that they had on. All the costume design
Yeah,
was
their
incredible.
suits were awesome.
The way the cameras looked, or when like the spaceships were taken off, like it was just. It did feel like I'll say like the same thing with Superman. It did. They both achieved like giving me an escapism, I guess to say, or a time to escape from the real world into these other worlds. I love that they both don't take place on a Earth that looks anything like this. They both have
Hmm.
their own unique styles and unique worlds, and I think Fantastic Four pulled that off well too. I love them not doing the origin, but them doing like all these like highlight reels of the past to kind of catch you up on things a little bit. I thought
Yeah.
that was
No
performed
origin
well.
stories was nice.
Yeah, but I do think it was just again the tone was kind of switched up every now and then. The comedy worked sometimes and didn't. It was just kind of all over the place and like less cohesive in a way than like I said, Superman is also all over the place, but everything like linked up pretty
Right.
well and telling like one overall big story. But I still really enjoyed it honestly.
Mhm.
And again, thought Galactus was awesome. Love the post credit scene. I thought that was really, like you said, a high note of the film. I didn't feel as much like it was just like a bridge to lead into all the Doomsday and Secret Wars stuff. I mean, I mean, at certain points, yes, but overall, I felt like it stood on its own, or it was good on its own, and I enjoyed it. But like I said, I'd say like about a 77, 78 for me.
Yeah.
Whereas Superman, I mean, more like a 9.5. I mean, it's a little
Sure.
different,
Absolutely.
but it's still really enjoyable. And like you said, I'd still recommend going out into the theaters and checking it out. I mean, the sound design was good in the film as well. Again, with like the
Hmm.
rockets or different things. So, and the world that was built. So, yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and just another really good summer film, which we've had a lot of this summer. So,
Yeah.
it's been awesome. Um, okay, well, moving on from Fantastic Four talk. Anything, let's see. Oh, random recommendations. Let's move on to that.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's do that. I'll go first if you want me to.
okay, yeah, that'll be perfect.
All right. So coming up first, I have this, The Martian.
Oh,
I
good one.
actually just recently watched that again,
Ridley Scott.
because, yep, because I read the book Project Hail Mary, which is a movie that's coming out later this year, but it's the same author that wrote The Martian,
Ah,
um, the book. But yeah, directed by Ridley Scott, starring Matt Damon, Jessica Chastain, Jeff Daniels. I'll run through. It's a huge Kristen Wiig, Michael Pena, Kate Mara, Sean Bean, Sebastian Stan. I mean, that's crazy. Benedict Wong, Donald Glover. Just what a cast! I didn't even
yeah.
realize it's how many. Insane. Streaming on Max currently, if you want to check it out. Probably in Cinemax. I don't know I guess that's still around. Yeah. An astronaut comes stranded on Mars after his team thinks he's dead. He survive. He's trying to survive on Mars for I forgot how long it is. It's a great movie, great book. Probably one of the best adaptations to a movie from a book that I can think of ever. It's pretty. It's kind of a longer movie. I think it's almost like 2.5 hours, but it's well worth your time if you have it. And it's kind of a different. It's like I guess it's really you could say it's kind of like Castaway on Mars,
Yeah,
but way
yeah,
better.
that's a good
But way
that's a
better
good
than
description.
Castaway.
Yeah,
Way
I'm
better.
not a fan of
No
Castaway really
offense to
myself.
no offense to yeah, I'm not a big fan of Castaway. Not trying to crap on it, but just think of Castaway, but a guy stuck on Mars, which is just a million times worse. Um, Go check it out on Max. It was nominated for I don't know how many awards. I don't know if it won any, but I think it was nominated for several Oscars. So that's my first recommendation. My second one is kind of
Hey,
diving back into. Yep.
real quick, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you keep talking and do your recommendations just real fast. I'm gonna go grab a water. I'm about to
Okay.
die of
Yep.
thirst. Sorry.
Go ahead. Coming up next, diving back is Captain America: Brave New World that I talked about earlier when we were talking about my Marvel favorite Marvel movies of the year. Starring Anthony Mackie, first movie, first Cap movie post Chris Evans departing after Endgame. Anthony Mackie taking over the mantle of Captain America, co-starring Harrison Ford, and you also have Danny Ramirez, Tim Blake Nelson as the villain, and also starring Giancarlo Esposito, insanely talented actor. I think that is streaming on Disney Plus now. I'm sure and everybody has that at this point. It is a pretty short watch, just under 2 hours. It did not get great reviews. I think it's criminally slept on. It's a fun popcorn movie. Kids, I think it's kid friendly. I would say for the most part. Um, Go ahead and skip on to my last recommendation. Be a TV show streaming on Apple called Smoke, starring Taron Egerton and Journey Smollett. With
My girlfriend's
also
been watching that. She's been
love that,
loving it. I
love the
have not
show. Can't
watched any
say
of it yet,
enough.
but
Cannot say enough good things about it. Taron Egerton stars as a arson investigator, and Journey Smollett is detective who is assigned to assist. Which I didn't know much about arson investigators or anything like that, but I guess that's pretty commonplace that there is a police officer or detective that's assigned to work with the arson investigators because they work together, I guess, which is cool. Apparently, this was also loosely based on a true story, which I haven't read into it because I don't want to be spoiled on anything if that is the case. But it's currently ongoing, a weekly release. There are 2 episodes left this season. One that comes out this Thursday, and then the following Thursday on Apple Plus or Apple TV, whatever it's called. It is a great show. I love it. I didn't even know about it, but I just randomly saw it pop up on Apple TV, and it's it's awesome. It's got some like the first episode. I think from the first episode to the end of the second, your viewpoint of everybody in the show like completely changes, or at least it did for me. Maybe not everybody, but a few people. And then now it's just we're getting close to the end of the season. Just all kinds of twists have happened that are really good. It also has Greg Kinner. I never know how to say his name, but he's been in a lot of movies, shows. I don't really know what I could say that you would know off the top of your head. He's been in like so many things, but and also John Leguizamo. Wait, I don't know. I can never say his name either. The guy from Mario Brothers. One of the more, I just thought that would. He was in that. I'm sure he
oh
doesn't want to be
Lord,
talked about.
I'm sure
But
he's
yeah,
very
this
proud of
is just not to get too much more long-winded. Smoke streaming on Apple TV. Go watch it. Insanely good show. Like one of the best of the year for sure. Taron Egerton just does not get talked about enough. That dude is so talented. Like
Well,
so talented.
I think you and I were talking about before the show, but just the run that Apple has been on recently when it comes to
Yeah.
movies and television, like they've like quietly become like a, I don't know, they've built a good catalog up, with stuff like F1 being one of the biggest movies of the summer. Again,
Mhm.
you have shows like Severance, which I still don't think has really reached its potential peak, necessarily, but
Not a fan of that.
I still think it's one of the biggest shows on television. Or um, I'd like
We
to
can
see
talk
the
about that later,
viewership
but
of it, yeah, against different stuff. But anyways, it's just good to see Apple have like more, of its own original IP
yeah.
that it's doing so well with. What was your second recommendation? I'm
Uh,
sorry.
Cap Brave New World.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So what we were just talking about before. Gotcha.
yeah, love that movie. And that's it. Just had Smoke, Cap Brave New World, and The Martian.
Gotcha.
Now
Okay.
it's to you.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna change actually one up last second here, just because we did just mention it. Uh, my first recommendation I'm gonna make is Severance now. Severance
Oh,
for
okay.
Apple. Um, one of my favorite shows of the last few years. I know that I'm not trying to do this to say like I feel totally different than you, but I know I do. But
Right.
in the
Which is
first
fine.
half of the first season, I think it takes some time. Like it stays so mysterious throughout the show, and it's so hard to follow, a lot of the time. It's not so like out there where it's like so sci-fi out there, because it is kind of a soft sci-fi. But I think just the way that the story's told, or the elements that it has, I guess it can get pretty out there. Now I think about it for some things. Uh, but anyways, I think the last bit of the first season is some of the best television I've watched, especially with the finale of the end of the first season. And I really enjoyed the second one. But I always recommend that show to people in casual conversation. I know a lot of people don't have Apple TV Plus, like you said, whatever it's called. It's so hard to keep up with all these subscription services. But
Mhm.
it
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's like for me, it's must watch television. And even if you end up not liking it and it's not your cup of tea, I still think it's like worth a watch or a try, because it is, I don't know. I really like the way that the story's told. I think that it sets up its own sort of world, and plays by its own rules in a very intelligent way, I think. And the way it
Mhm.
tells the story, the production design of it's really nice. But highly recommend Severance if you like a mind-bending mystery, again, soft sci-fi, um, psychological thriller. I don't even know what all to call or how to describe Severance half the time, really. But
Yeah. Yeah.
or
That's
even
yeah.
like I say, what's going on in that show? Like I'm still like, it's hard to even begin or describe it, but it's still so good. I enjoy it a lot. And again on Apple TV Plus, whatever it's called. And then
Mhm.
number two, another TV show, Queen's Gambit, on Netflix. Um, Honestly, one of the best things to this day I think Netflix has ever done when it comes to original content, especially for a TV show. But starring Anya Taylor Joy. Even if you love
Mhm.
chess, then definitely check it out. I'm sure you probably already have if you love chess, but even if you don't,
Right.
it is it'll get you into chess or make you start wanting to buy like a chessboard or wanting to play. Chase and I still make references to this TV show on the regular when we're talking about playing Catan, our favorite board game, when we play it in tournaments. Um, we joke that we're like seeing games play out on the ceilings of the room that we're playing in, because that's something that happens in the show. But anyways, it's such a great, like a well told show, mini series. Um, Gets into like themes of obsession with with a passion that a person has. Um, Drug addiction, the time that it takes place, it is a period piece as well, really helps enhance the
Mhm.
show as well. And Anya Taylor Joy, one of her best performances ever, and like I said, one of the best things I think on Netflix. If you have, I feel like most people have a Netflix subscription. So if you
Yeah.
haven't checked out
Yep.
Queen's Gambit, then definitely give that a watch. If you're ever thinking like, oh, I should just cancel it, there's nothing on here. At least give Queen's Gambit a watch before you ever did something like that. But yeah, on Netflix. And then one more last thing, my last recommendation, which is also on Netflix, and this is a film completely different, is The Jerk, starring Steve Martin.
Oh, yes.
Um, Also on Netflix, I've seen here it says it's on here for another 26 days. Um, is how much longer it's on Netflix. So after that, I'm not
What
sure
that
where it'll
mean?
be. But yeah, definitely check out The Jerk. It's one of my all-time favorite comedies. I think it it has a contender for a scene, which are actually a couple scenes in that film, which are some of the
I know
funniest
exactly
of
what
all
you're
time.
talking about. That's why it's just funny.
The I'll just say
The cans,
phone book. Yeah, phone book and cans. That scene, the first time I ever watched it, I mean, one of the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
crying, laughing.
And the whole opening sequence of him in like Mississippi, with his family,
Yeah, his family.
is
Uh,
so funny, dude. Oh my gosh. But and the lamp. That's talking about another movie that gets referenced in regular conversation with me and my loved ones is me and my parents. When my mom or dad will say something like, "All I need is this lamp," we'll just say that all the time from The Jerk. Or there's a couple different references from it. I was trying to think of two that I can't remember some other ones, but it's just such a great overall film. And if I remember correctly, let me see here. I think it's actually like a very short film.
yeah, I would assume so. You're
Hour
probably right.
34. Hour 34. So it's just an hour and a half film. Pretty well rated on IMDb, especially considering it's a comedy. It's 7.1 and a 61. But like I said, I would actually love to do a list like that one day. I need to start making more of my lists, but do like a list of my top comedies of all time. But it would definitely be up there. Love this film. It's a definite classic, and like I said, on Netflix, which I feel like most people have. So yeah, check out
Right.
The Jerk
Yeah.
if you haven't before, and even if you have checked out The Jerk before, it's
Watch it
great on
again.
rewatch. Yeah, man, such a easy watch. So. And I don't think I don't know if Key has seen that before, my girlfriend. So I have to
Be
ask her.
something for y'all to watch this week.
Yeah, may be something we watch, check out. So yeah, Severance, Queen's Gambit, and The Jerk would be my three
Good.
recommendations.
All three good.
And
Maybe
yeah,
not Severance.
yeah, I just I hate that. Again, I feel like it's one of my shows, like Game of Thrones, for instance. I always told people if you're not into like Game of Thrones, like off the jump, because it took me a while to even get through the first
Sure. Yeah.
episode. And by the time I got
Yeah.
to the end of the first episode, what happened at the very end of the first episode had me hooked to watch the
hmm
second one. But looking
Sure.
back on it all, I've always told people that if you get to the end of the first season, which I know is a lot of watching, really, it's like
Sure.
8 hours worth, or 10 hours. I can't even remember, but 8 or 10. But if you get to the end of the first season of Game of Thrones and you're still not into it, and you still don't understand what's going on or what it's about or anything, then it may just not be for you. But
Sure.
at least get to that point to give it that watch. And I feel like it's the same thing with Severance, even though it's a lot shorter of a watch than something like Game of Thrones is,
Yeah.
less of a
For
commitment,
sure.
and a lot
Actually,
less
the first
characters and
season of
stuff to keep
Severance
up
is probably
with.
longer than Game of Thrones.
I don't think so.
Come to think of it, it's only 6 episodes in Game of Thrones first season.
But
But
aren't
yeah,
they like
I
an
mean,
hour a
Tom,
piece?
yeah, it's probably really closer than you think, but it probably is still
Because
longer than
Severance is
Severance.
9, and oh, I guess
I
you're
know they
right.
have.
They're at least 40 to an hour. So yeah, you're probably
It'd be
right.
a close
It is
race.
about the same. Well, I mean, even for Severance for me, like it's like the last 3 episodes of the first season is when it like
Yeah.
takes off into like a different
No,
stratosphere.
I agree.
Like for most of the first season, like the first episode had me hooked and engaged. And then from there it was kind of like okay, here's like a little sprinkle of information that keeps me like again, just kind of I don't know, a carrot with or
I watched
a
it all,
rabbit
so
and a
it
carrot.
must not be. I don't hate it. I
Yeah.
just, I
I just
the
it
the reviews I've seen from it, I'm just like, golly, I must be a hater.
it hit just a certain point where what because you're always kind of wondering what is this show about or where is this going,
Yeah,
and I
what's
don't
gonna
think that's it.
happen?
I don't think that's a great thing to say for a show, but I mean, it's totally on purpose again for the mystery of it.
Right.
But I think there's a moment again in the last like 3 episodes of the show at the end of an episode where it changes what the show is about. I hate it because I'm not going to mention it, but I hate it because it's
Right.
been like it's shown in the advertising and stuff or the promos for the show now.
Is it really?
Which yes, which I
I
hate
didn't know.
when I see it.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope people just don't
the
pay
ending
attention.
of season one. Like what is said is shown
Well,
in.
who a certain character is, I guess to say,
Oh, okay.
is
Wow.
shown in like the promos in like the first 10 seconds of a promo if you let it sit there on Apple TV Plus
Oh,
if you've never even seen it. So I hate that
that's
because that's huge. It's
that's
like a
wild.
big plot twist.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like there are plot twists that happen within this show. Or the show goes in directions that you could never expect that feel like wholly
Mhm.
unique. The idea of the show just in itself, like the reason that I feel like this show is like one of the closest things we have to water cooler type shows into today's world, again nothing like Game of
Mhm.
Thrones, but
Right.
I think it is a water cooler is because it literally is about work, and the way that it
Yeah.
approaches the
Yeah.
workplace is like the smartest, most relatable thing I think I've ever seen about work life balance. Like just the whole idea of work
I
life
agree with that
balance.
completely.
That is its essential core. Like I hate how many people haven't seen the show and that it's not bigger because again, people that I work with, nobody else has watched this. I've been on them for 6 months now to watch it. Nobody's
Mhm.
watched it. I keep forgetting to give people my login, but to watch it because there's so many times I want to make references to this show at work, especially dealing with like upper and middle management like situations or department
Sure.
to department relations or just things that happen within the workplace that are so odd. It's just I don't it's so relatable. I think no matter what type of workplace you work in, there are things in this show that are going to speak to you. Corporate language like synergy and I don't know,
Right.
pivoting, things like that that they just take to the nth degree in this show and they make it like a sci-fi element out of it and creepy and
Right.
I don't know, it's just it's on a different level I guess when it comes to a lot of other television for me or just a lot of stuff that's come out. I don't know, in general, like again there reached a certain point at the end of the first season where I was like the season one alone of Severance is one of the best things, like just season wise, that I've ever watched. If like based off one season, I would take that season up against a
Okay.
whole lot of things for me. For me, but
Fair enough.
it's not True Detective season one,
Yeah.
but it
It's on
may
a
be
whole
top
nother level.
five or top 10. Yeah,
It's
True Detective
unfortunate.
season
That's
one is
just
like the greatest thing
untouchable,
ever.
probably.
Yeah, I don't think anything's ever. If can we
Untouchable.
just say like that's like always the silent random recommendation of every single week that we do a
Yeah.
podcast
Just
is True Detective
watch
season
True
one.
Detective season one. Just
If you haven't
get your Max
already,
subscription. Watch it. Watch it twice
here's your
at least.
weekly reminder that you need to be watching True Detective season one if you haven't already. Um, but yeah. Anyways, enough Severance talk. Okay, we'll get on to our blind rankings. Um, do you
Yep.
want
Let's do it.
to
Don't matter.
start out, or I guess however you want to do it?
Uh, yeah. If you want to give me mine, I'll go first. If that's
Okay.
what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's hard to
Okay.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say what you want to do.
What I mean. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Starting
Oh,
out, first film, we're gonna go with Flight
I
Risk.
I I I just barely got away from disaster last time on this. Flight risk 6.
Six.
I can't.
Okay.
I gotta leave 7 open.
Okay. I feel like I may have already mentioned Flight Risk on one of these blind rankings.
You did, but that's fine.
I'm using. I need
I
to
did
like start
I
making them
didn't
on the
hate that
list.
movie.
Yeah.
Didn't hate that movie. Any pilot?
Warfare.
One.
One. Nice.
It's my number one of this year, so it's got to go there.
Yeah. Companion.
Ooh, 3.
Okay.
I want to put it at 2, but God, that movie is so slept on.
So slept on.
Go in
Um,
blind. Go in blind. You'll be happy.
Sinners.
Ooh, two.
Two.
That's just 1A, 1B with Warfare for me this year.
And
That's my favorite,
then
best movie, I should say.
Happy Gilmore 2.
7.
7.
That's not. Listen. It's not a bad movie. I'm not trying to tell people not to watch that, but yeah, just to be real, it is like you mentioned. It is a cameo fest. That's all it is, and the story is actually solid until like towards the end. I didn't like where they went. Yeah, it is what it is. But go ahead.
um, Superman.
Oh, 4. It's tough. Honest. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. What I get for 5? Can't
Fantastic
be.
Four.
Hey, I'll take that.
I just did a list of
From a
some of the most popular
purely
stuff.
from a purely like best movie, subjectively, of course. I love my list from like what I would put as my favorites. Not my best list. I would have Superman at 1. Uh, I'd probably have Superman, Warfare, Companion, and then Sinners. It'd be tough. Companion was so good. Oh, it
You
was so
talk
good.
about two like
This,
knockout horror films of the year, like, and I don't think you were. I
yeah.
mean, you
My
may be
wife just
different,
actually
but
watched Sinners 2 nights ago.
if I
She
remember
loved it.
correctly, you're not like a huge horror person yourself, like compared
No,
to a lot of our friends and
no,
stuff. Like, you and I
no.
are horror
Do not
people,
like.
but Sinners and
No.
Companion are like another level of horror. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
they're so
Not
good.
the normal type.
No,
This that's the kind of horror I can watch. I don't want to see like The Conjuring. I don't. No, I'm good.
yeah.
Speaking of the new trailer for that, is freaking terrifying. Did not like that. Um, did not like that. Did not like.
uh,
Did not like. Um, I'm okay with my list. Warfare Centers, Companion, Superman, F4, Flight Risk, Happy Gilmore. I'm very happy with my 6 and 7.
yeah,
I'm, I'm very happy where I landed with those.
yeah. I thought I can't remember. I'm trying to go back and see when I used Flight Risk. Oh, I used it a couple pods ago. Um,
Still, I don't hate that movie, but yeah, it definitely deserved to be at 6.
yeah.
It was definitely better than Happy Gilmore 2 for sure. All right.
Well, cool. I know you said you also went with like a time based, like a era based, I guess, list.
Yeah,
So
mine's not as recent, but this one there is one outlier in this because technically it came out like a week before the end the new year, the year that I used, but
uh-huh.
I went with it anyways because it grossed a lot of money in that year, more than it did in the year it came out because it came out in December. Um, all right, you ready?
Hmm.
Hmm. Mission Impossible 2.
Ooh. Um, I'm gonna say 6.
Okay, you might regret that.
I might
No,
regret
I don't
that.
think.
I'm
Actually,
not a
I
big
don't
fan
think
of
you
Mission
will.
Impossible 2.
Yeah, I'm not either. I don't think you'll regret it. Next up we got The Patriot.
Oh,
Love that
it's a really good one. I'm gonna
movie. One
say
of my
3.
favorites of his. Okay. All right. Next up we got X-Men, the first one came out.
First X-Men.
Yeah, 2000 came out in 2000.
Mm, 4. I'll go 4.
Okay.
Might regret that.
All right. Next up we got Gladiator.
Oh. Um.
This could
Dang.
tell all on the list. This is going to be a make or break, one way or the other.
I think I have to go 1 for
Yeah.
Gladiator. Not knowing what's coming next, I think I have to go 1.
All right. So now you got 2, 5, and 7 open.
Okay.
What I want to do here. The Grinch, Jim Carrey.
Oh, classic also.
2,
I'll
5, and
say
7 are open.
5.
Good call. Good call.
Go 5. I mean, it could end up maybe it should have been a 2 or something, depending on the next 2 films that
Ah.
come next. But like, I love the Grinch. That's my. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Making sure I'm still recording. Okay, I am. I think I actually like
Yep.
kicked my power cable for a second, and my whole PC just did a quick restart.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
That was
You were still
scared me.
coming through, so I was.
Okay, I
Yeah,
was
I
making sure.
imagine so.
I like kicked my shoe into the wall, and then everything went silent for a whole second. Okay. Anyways, yeah, my dad's favorite Christmas movie actually is The Grinch. Um. Anyways,
Besides Christmas Vacation, it's probably up there for me. It's a great movie.
yeah, I mean, like I said, he grew up in the generation of those classic Christmas films, and for whatever
Hmm.
reason, The Grinch just that's his number
Yeah,
one. I mean,
loves it. All right,
yeah,
fair enough.
I love The Grinch as well, but I think It's a Wonderful Life. It's probably still my favorite Christmas film. Anyways, whole different topic.
Okay, so you got 2 and 7 open, and I'm gonna give you one of the last 2 remaining. It is. I don't know which one I want to give first. Well, I guess it won't be. All right, Charlie's Angels.
I've never seen this film.
I don't think I have either.
I'm gonna say
I think I've seen parts of it.
7. This is definitely a film. I feel like if it was like a phone a friend on how is this movie, I'd phone my girlfriend because I feel like she's seen it.
I don't
But
know who I would phone, honestly. All
uh,
right, well,
yeah, I'm gonna go 7 on that. From what I know
okay.
about Charlie's Angels, I'm gonna go 7.
So your final slotted at number 2, The Green Mile. Great movie.
Oh, okay. I am
Yeah.
totally
So
fine with that.
I thought about giving that one first. Was like, I feel like that's an automatic 2 in that situation.
Yeah,
Like that's not gonna be. You can't put that at 7. So you had a great list. Gladiator, running down 1 through 7. You had Gladiator, The Green Mile, The Patriot, which is just 3 bangers.
yeah,
X-Men, the original, great, solid movie. I liked
yeah.
it. The Grinch, great movie. MI2, definitely on the lower end of my favorite Mission Impossibles. And then Charlie's Angels, which neither of us have seen. I'm sure we never will see.
Yeah, I doubt I'll watch
If I
that
had to take a wild guess,
unless
I'd
I
say
get
we're probably
forced to
not
watch
going to
it.
be. I want to.
Uh,
I'm just going to look up that cast was stacked. I'm pretty sure. Yep.
oh yeah.
Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and Lucy Liu as the Charlie's Angels, and then Bill Murray, Sam Rockwell. What the heck?
Well,
Tim
there's like
Curry,
another
Crispin
Charlie's
Glover, LL
Angels
Cool
too.
J, Luke Wilson, Tom Green, Alex Trebek plays himself.
I think
There
there's
is a more
another
recent.
Charlie's Angels too.
Yeah, there's a more recent one, I believe.
I think there may even be a
I
third
think
one though, like a TV show or something.
there was an older. I think it was originally a TV show, right?
That's what I mean. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There's been a
yeah,
lot of iterations of
1976.
that.
Farrah Fawcett was in the original TV show. I'm sure that made it do numbers. Kate Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, Jacqueline Smith. Don't know anyone else on that.
Yeah.
But there was a. Why the heck am I looking this up? I don't
Charlie's
even know.
Angels history.
There was a more recent one with. Now I gotta know like what it was, who was in it.
I can't remember
Bear
myself.
with
I
me,
mean, I think
folks.
it was like, was that
I'm on
late
IMDb. Yeah, I have to look
2010s?
it up.
I think
Yeah,
was when it came
I
out.
think Kristen Stewart was one of the ladies in it, which is something.
How come I can't find it
It's not
either?
her. It's not on her known as credits. Shocker. There it is. Charlie's in. Oh Lord. Elliot. She was in it. It was Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella Balenska, who I don't know. Elizabeth Banks as well. Patrick Stewart. That's
Oh
funny.
yeah.
It has a 5.0 audience score, I guess you'd say, and then a
Yeah.
52 Metascore, which is a lot higher than I thought it would be.
It's still pretty mid. Yeah, Patrick
Oh, directed
Stewart.
by Elizabeth Banks as well.
It does have a
Interesting.
pretty crazy cast as well, honestly,
Yeah,
in it.
star-studded.
Yeah, I'm fine with my list. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah,
much how I probably would have ranked them if you sat them all down to me before too.
sure.
Mission Impossible 2 is probably my least favorite Mission Impossible film.
I think
Uh,
that's a fact for me as well.
The
Not
Grinch
that it's
is
terrible, but
No, it's not a terrible film, but out
It's
of all the
just
Mission Impossible
in
films, I think it's
comparison
the
to all
worst.
those,
I
yeah,
think it's the worst. The Grinch
for
is
sure.
one of my favorite Christmas films. X-Men, I mean, in the original three movies, I would say um, two, one, three, probably for me. So I did like the first X-Men film. The
Right.
Patriot is a classic Mel Gibson film. Um, and there's a similar local story that I read a book on uh, called Jack Henson. I think it's the One Man Army or One Man War. Similar story
Hmm.
to the Patriot, which I really enjoyed. But yeah, I love the Patriot, the Green Mile, Gladiator. Like you said, all those top three are like bangers, and I think that's probably the order I would have them in.
Right.
Maybe I may have the Patriot at number two and Green Mile at three personally. Um, but yeah, I'm happy with that list overall. Um, oh, and when we were talking about earlier about I forgot to rank that too. The Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
For this year, um, I would probably have it. Honestly, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and then Captain America. I really
Fair enough.
enjoyed Captain
Fair enough.
America too. Like they're all pretty close with each other. Like none are like
Right.
too
I
far
do
away
agree
from
with
the
that.
next.
Yeah,
I
they
would
didn't.
say
None of them blew the other one for sure.
I think Thunderbolts. I think Thunderbolts like subverted my expectations a whole lot. Like went to places where other superhero films I guess haven't. I guess to say with the third act and the villain and
Hmm.
everything and the
Right.
cast of characters they went for. It felt like a big swing. I don't know. It was just as much marketing as I saw for Thunderbolts for so long that I got so tired of it, and it seemed like it was 20 different films based off all the trailers. It was probably my favorite. But anyways, that's how I would probably have them ranked: Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, and then Captain America.
Not bad. Not a bad ranking at all.
But yeah, happy with my bond rankings list. Okay. I don't think we've done this game in a few weeks, but I'd love to do it with you. Is the higher or lower game? Um,
Yeah.
See who can get a higher score. I don't know what your personal one is, or if you want to pull yours up for your own, and I can pull mine up for mine own since you now
Yeah.
have it. My personal high score since we started playing this game is a 29, which I was like
I
out
don't
of my
know if
mind when I did that.
I don't. I think I have it. I think I sent it to you in a picture, so I have to
You
look.
know, if you go to your higher or lower app and then go to play for movies for the scores, and then when you
Uh-huh.
start a new
Oh yeah,
game, it'll have high
27.
score up
Yep.
top. 27. Okay, I'm
Yep.
29. You're
27
27.
was that
Wow, I
one I
didn't know
did.
we were so close to each other.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, I was just out
That's
of my
wild.
mind that one day. I got like 24 yesterday. I don't really play it that often, but sometimes just get a moment to play and I hop on it.
Right.
But okay,
Um, if you want to go first, I'll
okay,
start you off.
all right. Oh, do you want to do it on your app?
Like I'll call you and you call me. Does
Yeah, okay, we can do that.
that
I'm
make
good for
sense?
that. Yeah,
Maybe we won't break each other's high score,
yeah.
or maybe we do.
That'd be cool.
This is an interesting one. Apocalypto or Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
It is interesting. That's a
I
tough
really,
one off the
I feel
jump.
like I feel like it's got to be Apocalypto, right? That but but then again, you think of how like greatly received most
Guardians are
Guardians is,
all well received.
especially that third one was awesome.
I am going to say Apocalypto. I lost already.
7.8 for Apocalypto, 7.9
Oh
Guardians of the
my
Galaxy. But
gosh.
we got to go again. No, I can't. We're not doing that. That's crazy. 7.9. I would not have guessed.
I didn't know Guardians 3 was rated so high.
I did
I,
not. Whenever so it pulled up Apocalypto first, 7.8. I was like, oh, he won that. And then it kept going over on the other side. I was like, oh my.
that's insane.
All right, let's redo that. Wow. Seven. Wow. All right.
That
Anyways.
hurts.
All right. New score. Well, hopefully I don't do the same, but I might. New score up or new matchup. X-Men First Class, which I really like.
Okay.
Seven Samurai from 1954.
Okay, Seven Samurai. Easy.
Has to be right. Okay. X-Men First Class higher than I thought. 7.7. Seven Samurai had an 8.6.
Okay.
Next up, Seven Samurai with 8.6, or North by Northwest, starring Cary Grant.
Are you, oh my gosh.
That's a tough one too, honestly.
Seven Samurai.
Okay. Yep. Ooh, 8.3 though, close.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are
So
gonna be really close.
North by Northwest 8.3 versus Tenet 2020.
North by Northwest.
Yeah, that's got to be it. Tenet was not well received. Also COVID, I think. Screwed that over. Ooh, Tenet 7.3 taking on Finding Nemo 2003.
Finding Nemo.
Gotta
Easy.
be. Gotta be. 8.2. Yeah. 8.2 Finding Nemo taking on The Batman 2022.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah. 7.8 for The Batman. So, oh, well, I'll never. I'm glad this one isn't mine. The Batman 7.8 taking on Hugo from 2011. I don't even know what that movie is. Martin Scorsese. I didn't even know that existed.
It's a very highly rated film, but I still think it's gonna be close. I think it's the Batman.
That's
It's
what
gonna
I
be
would have
close
picked
though.
just because I don't.
It's gonna be close.
Yep, it was close. Batman won. 7.5 for Hugo, just under. All right. Hugo 7.5 taking on Men in Black the original 1997.
Men in Black.
Wow, that's a great poster they have for Men in Black. Men in Black came in at a 7.3,
Oh
just shy
my
of 7.5.
god! The first Men in Black.
Yeah, the first Men in Black.
Oh my good! I
That
just
poster
thought
was freaking
I
clean as
thought it was a
crap.
high 7, no doubt about it. Honestly.
I figured it would have been higher than that because the original is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean that's
I
a
don't even remember
classic.
watching it anymore after that.
I figured. I know it's only a point higher, but I figured like 7.6 to a 7.8 range for the first Men in Black
Right.
in my head. So when you went, I was like, what? No way. Dang. So
I
what was
still
my
can't believe
streak?
Guardians.
Yeah, I can't
6.
believe that either. 6. That's still not great.
I don't know if I'll do
Oh,
any better.
we'll see. Sometimes they're hard, and
We'll see.
sometimes it's like, oh, this is easy.
Sometimes the no-brainers you think are not so
Yeah.
no-brainer.
Although I thought that was a no-brainer
I've
for
gotten
sure, but I
I've
got a little
gotten beat
cocky.
several times.
Okay, starting out. Terminator 2 Judgment Day or The Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
Oh my gosh. Benjamin Button.
I think that you're going to be wrong off the jump.
Yeah,
You are.
probably am.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day was 8.6. Benjamin Button was like a 7.8.
8.6?
Yeah,
I
Terminator
thought
2
the
is one of
first
the
one was
highest
way
rated
better.
films of all time. No, Terminator 2 is the highest
Maybe I'm
rated film of
just
the series.
not a Terminator
It's
guy.
my
That's
favorite.
tough.
Also, okay, we're going to have to start again for you. Same outcomes.
Oh, gosh, dang,
Uh,
man.
as soon
Should
as
have
you
won
said
though.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button, I was like, oh no. Okay, all right. I can never know how to pronounce this. It's
Don't know.
Amelie or Amelia or not? It's not Amelia, but it's like Amelie. A M
With like a
E with an accent. L I
okay,
E
okay. I know what you're talking
2001.
about. I've never seen the movie, but I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. At least
Or
at least
Indiana
now.
Jones and the Temple of Doom. These are probably going to be close too, honestly. Temple of Doom or
Uh,
uh, whatever the other one.
I guess
Um,
there's no way. It's got to be. It's not Temple of Doom. The Amelia thing.
You think
Temple of
Amelie
Doom's a
or
good
whatever?
movie, but there's
Okay.
no way. That just sounds like a foreign movie that's going to be high.
8.3, Temple of Doom 7.5. You are correct.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
I would have lost
Amelie
that one.
or Public Enemies, starring
Amelie.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Okay,
No shot
Amelie.
this loses.
Yeah, Public
No shot.
Enemies is a 6.9. You are correct.
Yeah.
All right,
That's a little higher than I thought it would.
Public Enemies or Inception.
If I lose this, I have lost all hope in the humanity. Inception.
Correct. I already knew before even looking. Inception is a 8.8. Inception or Blade Runner 2049.
Inception. I know Blade Runner wasn't received that well.
Blade Runner 2049 is a 8 flat.
That's
So
higher than I
you were
thought.
correct. Blade Runner 2049 or Barbie 2023.
Oh, I don't
Ryan
know
Gosling versus Ryan Gosling.
who's gonna win.
Ryan Gosling.
It's got to be Blade Runner. It's got to be.
Blade
It's
Runner
probably close though.
2049 has an 8. Barbie has a 6.8.
Oh wow, I thought they would be way higher.
Barbie,
Barbie, I mean.
or Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd. So the sequel, Dumb and Dumber.
All right, Barbie. Just stop.
Yeah.
There's
Barbie
no way.
6.8. Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd 3.5.
Oh my! I've never seen them put a 3 on there.
Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd.
God, I'm tired of hearing that.
I'm tired of saying it.
I'm
Or
sure.
Jim Carrey's Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. I love the Jim Carrey
The original
thread here. I don't know if
it
this
doesn't
is
matter,
intended
but
or not, but yeah, it's the original.
Yeah, Ace Ventura. Like, there's no way.
I don't know if that was intended in the algorithm, like a Jim Carrey sequel comedy and Jim Carrey. Okay, yeah, you're correct. Ace Ventura: Pet Detective or Finding Nemo 2003. For some reason, that's in the algorithm also today.
What was Ace Ventura again?
6.9.
Okay, it's Nemo. I knew it was Nemo, but I was just curious.
Yeah, Nemo's an 8.2. I was gonna guess 8.1.
That's a little unfair because
yours are getting pretty easy here. Finding Nemo or Easy A, 2010 with Emma Stone.
Finding Nemo.
I'm gonna go ahead and say correct.
I like that Easy A movie. Honestly.
Easy A has a 7 flat. Easy A or Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, I'm gonna go Harry Potter. I really don't know. That might.
Chamber of Secrets is a 7.4 higher.
Okay.
Chamber of Secrets or Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Interstellar is an 8.7. No, Interstellar is one of the highest rated movies of all time. Interstellar or Dunkirk.
Interstellar.
Interstellar 8.7. Dunkirk 7.8. Dunkirk or Men in Black 2.
Dunkirk. I know Dunkirk. If Men in Black wasn't high, I know 2 isn't. That movie.
2 is 6.2. Men in Black 2 or Cars 1.
Cars.
Men in Black 2 6.2. Cars 1 7.3. Cars or How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So one of the films that you mentioned on your blind rankings list.
What was Cars 7 point what?
7.3.
Yeah, I think this is where I'm out. I'm gonna say Grinch, but I think I'm out.
Oh, I think it's Cars. All right,
yeah,
Grinch, here we go. Grinch is a 6.4. You're out on that one.
Dang, that is a garbage rating.
I was gonna say Grinch is probably like a 6.7 was gonna be my guess, or 6.6, but
well, that's a good run. What'd I get?
14.
10?
14. Oh, okay. So good bit higher than me. On that higher or lower.
The Men in Black thing's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you had a run there for a little bit where I was like, man, these are kind of easy in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I got some absolute softballs at one point. Yeah, there was a couple that were close, but a lot of them were not.
Yeah, mine are all pretty neck and neck.
Yeah.
But okay, you got 14, so you're the winner of the day or the week for the podcast. Yeah? You win nothing. You get nothing.
Hey, I'm used to that.
Cool. All right, so moving on to the last portion that we have for the podcast. Just a few different topics as of recent in the headlines. Couple South Park topics, actually. Not that we really get into too many television stuff, but they have definitely made the headlines. The return for the new season, I believe their 27th season.
Crazy number.
Yeah, is the season premiere was their highest in viewership for the entire history of South Park. Yeah.
They got one man to thank for that.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
which is crazy to think.
Yeah, they definitely put him on a pedestal, and then the one scene in the episode, which I have not watched myself, but I don't want to get into anything too explicit at all. But it is definitely an eye opener. But yeah, highest in viewership for one of their openers ever, which is insane considering how long they've been around and how many episodes they've had about different things. That was a huge piece of info. But on top of that too, which I don't think we've talked about, but the contract that Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators and writers of South Park. The contract that they've been paid by Paramount, or they've come to an agreement with, is a $1.5 billion contract for a 5-year deal, 10 episodes per season. So I'm assuming or a season per year. So that'll come
Yep.
out to 50 episodes overall, which will be about $30 million per episode,
Insane.
that they would be getting paid by
Insane.
Paramount. And I sent you that article before, which I'd love to do a deep dive on an episode one time. But the from one of my favorite writers, a Trung fan. But the
Trump
one
fan.
about it's a
I'm
Trung,
kidding. I'm
yeah,
kidding.
Trung
I'm
fan,
kidding.
which is a very weird name. But he did an article on Taylor Sheridan and his deal with Paramount, which is insane. I think I was like $500 million or more.
I'm out on Taylor
Um,
Sheridan.
yeah, and all
He
his
failed
TV
me.
shows and stuff.
He failed me. Get out of TV and get back to movies. I don't want to see 1962, 72, 82. Stop.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Please.
blame you. At the same time, I can't
Please
blame
stop.
him for getting the bag.
No,
So
I get the bag, make your money, whatever.
yeah,
Dadgum, man. Stop.
dude was
You
set
have
up
the
to be
bag.
one of the next best like directors and writers
Yep.
for film.
No.
Yeah,
No.
wasn't good enough for him. Um,
Coward.
anyways, um, yeah. So what a crazy deal that was for them, and the South Park doing numbers, just staying at the center of like culture and what everybody's talking about. Uh, Pretty much for the last, again, like however many years they've been on television, they've been like, again, the center
How
of
many?
topics or conversation.
Guess I can look it up actually. I want to see how many seasons of Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Yeah, I just want to. I'm just gonna look that. 37. I knew they were more than South Park. I knew they started like in 1990, I
Yeah,
believe. I was just wondering. I was just curious on how many. I knew they were somewhat close. As I mean, I don't know any other show between them and South Park that's been going on animated. I guess, anyways. I'm sure soap operas have been going on for like 50 years, but
yeah.
that's crazy. 27
They started
seasons.
in
Crazy.
1997 is when they started. So they've been doing
Crazy.
about a season a year. And again, just a historic deal for them. I mean, I just always love to really see creators getting the bag. I guess to say, like what we were talking about with the Taylor Sheridan thing is more
Bring
with
him up
Trey
again.
Parker and Matt Stone. I feel like they haven't really sold out or ran out of creativity
No,
in any way, even though they've done the same thing for so long. They've stayed like pretty intelligent with their comedy, and done a good job and very outside of the box thinking. Um, just love to again see creators getting a lot of money. I mean,
I
this is
think the draw to South
insane
Park
amount, but
as well is it's just how they approach every side of I don't want to just say politics, but just everybody. There's nobody off limits in their show.
yeah, I mean, and I
Uh,
think they've always kind
they'll
of
make fun
took
of
a
everyone
more
if they deserve it.
yeah, they've always taken a more
Or
centrist point of view. I think they've done a great job of
sure,
making fun of both sides
yeah,
throughout their history. Um,
all kinds of celebrities, athletes,
yeah,
you name it.
I mean, you can't watch a Team America World Police and tell me these guys are playing inside the lines, or their comedy is
Right,
not, I don't know,
basically like
raunchy or pushing the boundaries of what comedy can be. The same thing with like a lot of South Park. So they're just all over the place. They're very much themselves, very creative and individuals. So I,
sure.
like I said, love to see them getting that, like the Ryan Coogler
They've
contract
definitely
earlier
earned
this
it.
year with Sinners. I just love to
I
see
don't know about him earning
creators.
that.
I just love to see creators getting that for their films or television projects where they're getting paid,
What's
a whole lot of money rather than going to the studios. But
what's Ryan Coogler's next? Just randomly,
next
just thinking
film,
about. Yeah, like what's he working on right
uh,
now? His next big project, I guess I should say,
I'm not sure.
if
I
you
know
know.
Michael B. Jordan is doing his own film, like directing wise, but he may still be starring his next one. On IMDb, it
Okay.
just has like 3 films that are upcoming, which you know how that can be, that they may never even
Sure.
come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
one is called Wrong Answer. It says a math teacher in Atlanta, USA is scandalized when he looks to get funding for his school by altering his students' test scores. It shows that starring Michael B. Jordan. Uh,
Okay.
Untitled X Files reboot, which I've heard that after Sinners, says that was one thing that he picked up on
I thought.
doing.
Oh, okay, no, I'm thinking of goodness. Never mind. I can't even think of what I was saying anymore. Move
Um,
on.
and then TV series Scenes for Minors, based on experiences of Cretin, Kugler, and Hodge during various stages of their life. So just like
Okay.
their history. But anyways, yeah, the X Files thing was the thing I heard most recently about. I believe doing like a reboot, maybe on a television series, and him like directing some episodes or being like the lead producer or creator behind it. Um, but uh, but yeah, so I think that that would be pretty cool to come from him. But just getting that deal about like him getting the IP back after 10 years, like every dollar made
Hmm.
after the 10-year mark will be going to him, and he'll have full creative control and all that stuff. So if he ever wants to come back to it, he can. So I think that's really cool. Yeah. But anyways, one thing we were talking about a little bit before, and has been at the forefront of all social media news, it feels like recently for movies, is the Spider-Man Brand New Day
Hmm.
news. Just everything surrounding that. Um, you said you weren't a big fan of the new costume. Was one of the things that was a big thing that was shown recently was the new
Yeah,
costume.
I mean, I get it. Well, for context, like all the pictures we've seen are just set photos, so it's gonna
Yeah,
look completely different on the big screen. I
yeah, 100%.
understand that. And it did. I'm guessing
Although,
it's going to be the suit from the last movie, the way it ended when he was in the snow. That which looked good, but look, there was so much. Just the CGI looked terrible. I think in that
yeah, the
scene. Whatever.
promo
That's
the promo that they shot though, I mean, they used some high grade cameras for that. I just don't think it like maybe
yeah.
went over as well as they were hoping for.
I've seen. I mean, I've seen a lot of people saying it's fire. They love it. Blah 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 blah. I don't. I just think it's very average. Like compared to Andrew Garfield from the Amazing Spider-Man, I think that's the best suit they ever had on the big screen. Toby's is iconic, of course, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I think Tom. I think it's also just for me. Tom Holland just not Spider-Man to me. I don't know why. Just not good. Whatever. I don't like the news of the announcement of who's like the Hulk and Punisher going to be in this movie, and I'm just like, I don't know. Whatever.
yeah, I was
Sure,
gonna say
why not?
that for sure going on because before it was kind of rumors, but yeah, that is happening. And I think they've rumored that all three of them will be taking place in a fight scene against each other, um, which should be
Which just
interesting to
is
see.
laughable to hear. What is the
Um,
Punisher doing in that trio of
Apparently, they
fighting?
say that he's got like a whole arsenal at his disposal with like tanks and missiles, or I don't know, AC-130s.
Oh
Maybe he's
my
just got
gosh.
like a whole military
Okay,
at his
fair enough,
disposal.
I guess. I'm sure
Um,
they'll do well with it. I'm just saying it out of context. Just
oh yeah, I don't know
sounds
what
like
they're
what
gonna
in the
do with
world?
that or how it makes sense in the story. I think Ned is back in. I mean, still in this. Zendaya as Mary Jane is still gonna be in this. What's her face? Sophie something from Stranger Things, the redhead. What's her name?
Um, you're talking
Or no,
about
Sadie Sink.
yeah.
I think she's going to
She's in that.
be. Yeah, she's going to be in this.
Yeah.
I
What's
believe.
her role? Did they say or no?
Yes, they did. Let me see. Sorry,
Didn't even
got
see
that
that.
pulled up already. Um, Or I thought they said her role on here. It just shows that she's attached, but I thought they already.
She's like way too young to be. Well, I guess not. She's probably. I don't know. I just think of Stranger Things. I forgot that's started like 50 years ago.
Um, some people think she'll be playing. This is kind of crazy. Some people think they'll be.
Oh no.
She'll be playing Mayday Parker, who is a character from a different universe where she's the daughter of Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, which that I
Okay.
don't know anything about that,
Sure.
but
I
other
guess.
things have said Gwen Stacy. Um, but I don't
Okay.
know. Apparently, it's like a love interest or something. Possibly, I don't know how
She's
that'll work.
23. How old is Tom Holland? Like
Um,
30, maybe.
maybe.
He's not that old.
I mean,
I
not
don't know.
much
Whatever.
different between Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas, you know. Uh,
I don't even
Tom
want to. I don't even
Holland's
want to think to
29.
talk about that right now. I'm
Tom
sick.
Holland's 29. Yeah,
29.
yeah, 29. Um,
Let's not talk about the other thing.
we don't want to talk about that as news.
Some
Okay.
people just have it all. Some people just have it all, you know.
Yeah, they can star in the biggest films, and then I don't know what it is with Ana
Hey.
de Armas with older
Anyways,
guys, and I don't know.
yeah. Well, if only I
Ben
was older,
Affleck too.
I still wouldn't have a chance.
Maybe she's just trying to figure out like how do these guys have like so much staying power, you know?
Hey,
Um,
good for her. Get her some. Get her some. Show you the next Mission Impossible.
yeah.
Wouldn't that
I
be
mean,
something?
now we see why he was
I think this
marketing
came
it
up.
as a double feature weekend
Oh
ballerina
my
in
gosh.
Mission Impossible. Now we see
Yeah,
why.
I didn't even put that together. That's wow. Wow. Yeah, that's yeah.
Now we
Good
need to
point.
figure out what connection he had with Sinners or who somebody in Sinners.
Who was he dating on
Yeah,
Sinners
who
at
is
the
he
time?
dating or who is he connected to?
Haley
Who's fallen
Steinfeld.
into
No, Josh Allen.
Scientology? Who's fallen into
Josh
Scientology from
Allen's
Sinners?
wife.
It's
No.
probably false rumors. We're just joking here, guys.
Yeah.
Um,
Unless you
anyways,
want to run with him.
unless you want to run with them. Trying to think of anything else in Spider-Man really that came out aside from the costume and who was all starring in it. I've seen some quick clips, possibly from behind the scenes stuff. It does look like
Mhm.
they're doing like when they've talked about the real stunts or getting back to the street view stuff. I saw like they had like exploding vehicles in the street, like real explosions.
Okay.
So
Neat.
it does look like they're going for more of the practical aesthetic and a different take on things. And similar to how we were talking about
Right.
how like Superman handled like having so many different characters or so much going on, like different films I think can do that and juggle them really well, and not
Sure.
feel like too like crowded. Um, so I think it has potential overall from what I've seen on it, but we'll
I'm
just
definitely gonna
see,
go
I
see it.
guess.
I love
Yeah,
Spider-Man, but
love Spider-Man.
I just don't love Tom Holland. Just doesn't do it for me as
I think,
Spider-Man. I don't know.
I mean, for me personally, I think
I really like
I
him
always
at
said
all in
Andrew
general.
Garfield. Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire
Yeah.
is the best Peter Parker. And I think Tom Holland feels like each one like out like well. I don't think he's the best at each, but I think he's a good
Sure.
Peter Parker and a good Spider-Man. He's kind of maybe like the best overall, I guess, for me personally. Because Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker, I mean, he just doesn't look or act anything like a Peter Parker to me. And
He's too tall.
Tobey Maguire honestly probably is the best overall, I'd still say, because his
Yeah,
Spider-Man looks still
without a
good.
doubt.
Um,
He's him.
yeah, but I'm still excited about it and all the news coming out and it taking place before the Avengers films. It might also be leading into some of that as
I
well. And it's
feel like
coming out
it
like next
definitely will.
summer, so I mean they don't have a whole lot of time. I think it comes out in less than a year. So for them to just get started filming, I mean they're gonna have to be working on that thing like all hands on deck. But yeah, we'll see how it all turns out.
Mhm.
And again, how it leads into the Avengers film. So I mean, that'll be the telltale sign. I think is how superhero films are doing is when the next Avengers films come out, is how much money are they gonna make? Like,
Oh, it's gonna
um,
do. People are gonna go see that no matter what, and and Disney knows that. Like with the Avengers, I mean, that
I think
name is
so as
gonna
well.
draw enough. It doesn't matter. They could put out slop on a plate, and they're gonna go see it. Now that
I
might
just
keep them
think
from seeing it again, but
I just think how much they make is kind of an indicator of again like how are superhero films doing. Like that's probably the best
right,
physical that superhero films can get is how much money did the most recent Avengers film just make? Because I mean, it's going to make $1 billion, but and for them to have them back to back within a year and stuff, and it's going to be a first while, and who's going to be in it, and different
mhm,
things. Like they don't have a whole
right.
lot of time to start setting up for a lot of it or get people like invested. A lot of people feel lost, I think, on where Marvel's at the moment. So it'll be
Yeah,
interesting
that's
to see
fair.
how they pull it all off. Um, but yeah, I can't really think about much else for Spider-Man. Uh,
Right.
for the next topic I wanted to talk about, this is kind of a smaller thing, but I think it's worth noting. Just kind of talking about the space I guess we're in right now for films or where we could be headed. Um, Amazon has invested into a product called Showrunner.
I've
Um,
seen. Yep. Okay.
it's an AI generated streaming service. It will allow people to type in prompts and generate scenes or full episodes for new ideas that they can create, like original ideas, or also work off of existing IPs that are licensed through the streaming service. Again, called Showrunner. Disney and other
Mhm.
studios are in talks to license their IPs for the service at the moment. Um, I don't even know where to begin with something like that, or if that would just go nowhere. Don't really
Yeah.
know how much money they've invested, um, but it just seems like with the AI stuff, I think even Bad Guys 2, the recent film that came out, had something in the credits that said something about AI usage for some of the visual effects in the film, like that they said that they did use some AI.
Mm.
So I don't know. It just seems like the AI within film is going to be used more and more often, I
Yeah.
guess to say,
Unfortunately.
whether we like it or not. As far as like the experience though of the audience creating their own stuff, I feel like that has to hurt films overall. I think they're trying to create almost like a audience creator consumer product, but
Yeah. I
almost
saw
like a
somebody
video
talking about
game
that
stuff.
part.
Like
I get what the thought is. I just don't
it seems
like
like
it.
a Black Mirror thing. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest with you,
That's a weird show.
yeah, it is a weird show, but I don't know. Just the whole idea of it in general, pretty interesting. They've invested into it, and again, that's gonna. I feel like AI within film is happening no matter what. It's just like how much are people going to be talking against it? You said you've watched all
Hmm.
of the studio. Is that correct?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I
A
forgot.
random topic.
I my goodness. It's literally
I wanted to make a
haven't laughed like
reference
that in
to that.
so long.
I wanted to make a reference to that with the Kool Aid film, the use
Oh my gosh.
of
That's so on
AI
the
within.
nose for what I think people think big studios are like.
Oh yeah,
Uh, I
and probably
just
are like.
straight on them. And probably are, yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, there's
Most of
so
them,
many
yeah.
things like I wish you could have been watching at the time when the show was coming out because it was so crazy that something would happen in an episode and the very next week, like real news would come out and it would be
About
something
them.
that like exactly like what happened. Like it'd be like even like a Kool Aid film was like, or not even Kool Aid, but what was the guy's name? The movie that Martin Scorsese was going to do about the
Oh,
guy
Jim
that
Jones, about
yeah,
Jim
Jim
Jones.
Jones. Like there was a
They're gonna,
movie
yeah.
about that was like greenlit like a week after, and they were like, "Oh my god, like this show is like I don't know,
That whole that whole show, man.
dude." There were so many
If
storylines in that show that were so great.
if anybody here, all the recommendations I gave today, if thing don't the studio on Apple, it's so funny.
Yeah, the studio on Apple is hilarious. Seth Rogen, it's
Seth Rogen,
probably one of his best roles for sure.
I think it's his best for
I think
sure.
it's
Like not
his
even
best. My favorite
close.
performance. I love the production design in it, like all the locations and
Ike
stuff that they
Barinholtz as
use.
well.
Yeah,
His
all the
his best his
cast
number one man.
performance are crazy. Like all like the cameo performance. Martin Scorsese when he
Yes.
performs is great. As we talked about earlier, Anthony Mackie was great. Ron Howard was great. Uh, Bryan
Dave
Cranston
Franco.
isn't like a cameo. Yeah, Dave Franco's a cameo. He's great. What's her
Yeah.
name? Catwoman. I'm blanking on her name right now.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz when she's in it, she's wonderful. Again, Bryan Cranston is more like a character within the show, but every time he pops up, he is like takes over like on
It's
screen.
insane.
He's so funny. It's such a good like comedy, but has like a lot of different
It's not
styles
just
within it. It's
constantly
serious but
stupid.
funny and
Yeah.
has a lot to say. But yeah, the
I
studio
don't
is
even know what
wonderful.
my. It's hard to pick a favorite episode, and there's only what like 8 or something like
Yeah,
that.
there's only like eight episodes.
It's hard to even pick my favorite episode. That's how many good ones are.
It's just so many, like, to me, I appreciate the storylines. Again, when you talk about like the Kool-Aid Man, like, just hilarious
Oh
storyline or idea on
gosh,
that. Or the
the
missing reel is
that I actually the podiatrist is or the
yeah.
pediatric oncologist. Sorry, that's my favorite episode because he just dies on his hill. He won't give up
You're
no
talking about with
matter
the
what.
doctors?
Yes, with the
Yeah.
doctors.
The
He just won't
option.
let it go.
Yeah, there
Won't
was
let it go.
that was so
Him at
hilarious.
the
Again,
end,
the whole idea of that. Or there were even moments I thought about like us as like this feels like something
right?
like
Like,
we would do like in conversation. Like, I don't know,
correct.
what saves more lives, like doctors or cinema, and we'd be like
Or art,
cinema
yeah, right.
saves more.
Cinema.
Yeah, what do you mean?
When he's at the very end and he's on the ambulance, and she said she called ahead and the doctors take care. Emphasizes the doctors taking care of. He's like, yeah. And what's gonna be in that room on the on the TV,
A
the
TV.
screen?
He just like
He just
smiles
wouldn't
and
let it
puts
go.
on his mask. Yeah. There's so many great moments. I don't know throughout that show. That like the missing reel episode being like a
Yes,
Chinatown sort of episode that they did, like a
with Olivia
spoof.
Wilde.
Yeah, with Olivia Wilde, that was so great. Zac Efron also in that
Zac
episode.
Efron was great.
Um,
The
yeah, that
hat when
was wonderful.
he's like, you can't have one of those. He's like, all right, man, you can have one of those. Stop. It's just,
Yeah, it's just that
I
whole
almost want to
show is
watch
so
it
good.
again, like now, a week later.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely
I almost
going.
want to just rewatch it.
It's going to be a show that I rewatch. I mean, same thing for me. Like something like The Offer, almost, I guess, where it has like that studio perspective. It's a little
Right.
different vibes, but like
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
just so good that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be rewatching this like maybe once a year, at least.
Right.
Yeah, studio's great. I can't wait to get more of that. I could use like you talk about like how old TV shows used to be, like 23 episodes a season. That's the type of
Yeah.
show that I could use like 23 episodes of
Yes.
for a season. Like
Yes.
I don't think I'd really
Please.
get that tired of that model. I know that they probably put a whole lot into it, and it is very original with like the episodes and again the storylines and stuff. But I just think there's so much
Right.
material that they have at their disposal that they could easily do like I don't know 15 episodes even a season. And again, I would never
I
get
would
tired of
watch
it.
every single one.
It's
Yep.
so funny, so
Every
entertaining.
single one.
Um, okay.
I just, oh my goodness. I can talk about this for like 2 more hours. So let's
Oh
just leave
yeah, the studio just referenced a different stuff in the show or quotes. It's so funny. Different
the
moments that are just
the
like
Golden
hilarious.
Globes whenever Sal just
Oh
keeps him,
yeah.
just rubbing it in his face.
Yeah, I definitely
Oh
like again. That's
gosh.
something that I believe is like totally real or that happens is like
Yeah, I
people
do too.
worrying about am I gonna get mentioned in somebody's Golden Globes acceptance speech? Like, yeah, I mean
The
that
guy that
people
tells him
can
he
ride
put it
their
in the
whole
contract.
careers on that. Yeah, you should have put it in the contract. Like I'm sure that's stuff that really happens. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I
just so
don't
good.
doubt it at all.
All right, very last thing. I feel like we're gonna with my news topics going from AI and film, which is kind of dystopian. This is literally dystopian in multiple ways. War of the Worlds remake with Ice
Oh my
Cube
gosh.
debuts to 0%. Zero,
Say that again.
zero, zero,
None.
zero, as in null, as in nil, as in void, as in nothing. It is a 0%.
It's
A goose
insane. It's
egg.
truly insane.
A goose egg. Yeah. On yeah, Rotten Tomatoes. And let's see what I'm curious to see what it has on IMDb. I think it might already be on the bottom 100, which there is such a list on IMDb if people don't know the bottom 100 movies of all time. War of the Worlds with Ice Cube has a 3.1. 3.1, and it doesn't show the critic score for some reason. Maybe it's so low, or maybe it is also a 0 and they just don't show it.
There's just like no reason to even put it on there.
There's only 9,238 ratings, which is not many at all. But a 3.1. I talked to somebody this morning who'd watched it, a mutual friend of ours, and said that they could only get through about the first half hour of it, that it was just about
Oh my
unwatchable.
gosh.
Um,
I feel like I have to try it now.
they said it's kind of like they acted like it was kind of like a fun bad movie, but they also again couldn't get
Well,
through it.
they couldn't get through 30 minutes of it, so
So I don't
it's
know.
tough.
But yeah, 3.1. Directed by Rich Lee.
I don't
Let's
know
see
who
if
that
they've
is.
ever done any directing stuff before. They've done a lot
Looks like just visual
of
effects.
yeah, they've done a lot of music videos when it comes to directing. They did one episode on a show on a Limitless TV show. They've done a lot for like Eminem and
Okay.
Lana Del Rey and stuff. But yeah, no movies really. But yeah, I've just heard
Not a
nothing but
great
bad
debut
things.
for old Rich Lee.
Out of all the movie stuff to take place like in the last week, it's like Fantastic Four's box office has not done great. Spider-Man news and War of the Worlds being maybe the worst movie of all time. That feels like the big
That's
movie
brutal.
news of the last week,
That's brutal.
in my opinion. If I had to sum up the
Imagine your
last week of movies,
directorial debut. Well, maybe it isn't his debut, but
it could be for a
first
film. It's hard to
it
tell
could
because there's
be
so
at
many.
least for a film, or at least a real like film on a streaming platform that was like I guess that is an IP in a way. War of the
From
Worlds.
what I'm seeing, okay, they have like 51 credits, but I am scrolling through and I think again they directed one episode of Limitless. Everything else. Wait, no. They were with 9 other directors directing something for Fergie called Double Dutchess Seeing Double for an hour and 3 minutes. I'm not counting that as a movie.
Yeah.
Um, they directed one episode of The Society. They have never directed a movie before. This is their directorial debut
Oh
for a
my
film. This
goodness
is their
gracious!
directorial debut.
Can you imagine what that person is feeling right now? A zero, nada, not even a one, not one.
Yeah, I want to see the
That's
current
tough.
because I don't think it's moved on Rotten Tomatoes. But let's see
Can't
the
have moved
current
much.
score for the world's. Also see what
Zero,
so
zero.
0%. It is still a 0% for
Oh,
critic score, with 15 reviews, and
that's tough.
for the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, it is a 14%. So a
That's
zero,
that's brutal. So a
a,
7 average.
a 0% from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, a 14% from the audience on Rotten Tomatoes, and a
14.
3.1 on
That was
IMDb.
just so we have some context here. That movie is rated worse than Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, the movie we were talking about before? Yeah,
Yes,
that
which
this
was a
would be
3.9.
worse. Yes.
Imagine that. And that if you've seen Dumb and Dumber, how
I'm trying to figure out if it
that's
is
rough.
on the I'm trying to find that list of the bottom 100 movies.
I'm sure there's probably not. It's probably above that somehow. I don't know
Ah,
how.
maybe so. They used to have that list like on the homepage. But yeah,
So,
so just again, that feels like the big news to me, at least of recent, for
my
film.
gosh, man,
Not a
zero.
whole lot of great stuff, but yeah, one of the big recent news is a movie being zero
There's no way
percent on
that guy
Rotten
ever gets
Tomatoes.
another chance, right? Like a big
Probably
chance.
he probably goes back to music videos, I'd
Yeah,
say. I mean,
fair
it's
enough
kind of
for him.
crazy because the 2 shows that he worked on, again, one of them being the Limitless TV show. I'm trying to see what the other one was. Um, yeah, the TV shows were not rated badly. Like I could
Right.
see what episodes that he
The
did, but
Society is
the
7.1.
Society's a 7.1, and the episode they did was
7.9.
7.9. Yeah,
Yep.
7.9.
Only
So that's not bad at all. And then
just under 900 reviews.
Limitless was an 8.1. Like those are 40. Like the Limitless episode was 43 minutes long. I just don't know where it went wrong, or if this was like doomed to fail. Again, from what I heard from that person, is like the actors don't even take the movie seriously. Like it seems like on camera, that they'll almost
Mm,
laugh in serious situations. So it seems
oh
like
my gosh.
it was
I feel like
just
I'm gonna have to watch
terrible.
this, unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe again like doomed to
Even
fail
if I
from the
have to
jump.
make myself.
Production nightmare, I guess, working with Amazon. Maybe just like the worst of the worst to come from them yet. Um,
Right.
this is one of those like experiences. If I were Amazon, I mean, maybe you do get more viewership just about how bad it is.
Yeah, it could work in
Um,
your favor.
I'd almost just like take it off my streaming platform and act like it never existed and say let's move on. I just delete.
Yeah, I mean, we'll forget about it
Why do I
eventually.
want to be known for this? Like, I
Please
would just,
stop.
yeah, I'd move on from it. But, anyways, not a whole lot else. Let's see anything real quick. Coming soon in the next week. I know we said Weapons. Of course, Neck of Guns out right now. Definitely want to check that out in theaters.
Hmm.
Um, Weapons comes out this weekend. Very, very excited about that. We're like also like you said, very anxious about it as well.
Right.
I don't really care much about seeing Freakier Friday. I don't know anybody that asked for that
No.
movie. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
Um, let's see. Nobody 2 comes out next weekend,
I'll
as
be
well
seeing that.
as as well as the highest to lowest film. Spike Lee, Denzel Washington, ASAP Rocky. Which is also Apple project as well. Um, yeah,
Hmm.
that's kind of what's coming out in the next couple of
Okay.
weeks. I'm trying to think of anything on TV right now that's premiering at the moment. Um, I've watched a lot of stuff recently. I watched The Bear on
Still need to
Hulu.
finish this season. I'm dragging through that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the new season. Still not the best of the best, or the episodes like still don't match up to some of the ones from season 2 for me. But
Right.
still really enjoyed it. Um, Key and I still have been watching Justified. We finished season 3 of that.
Great
Um,
show.
yeah,
Great show.
amazing show. So we've been watching a lot of that. Movies we watch. A movie she liked that was her pick for us to watch the other day that I did not really enjoy at all was called What Happened to Monday on Netflix.
Okay.
It's got William Dafoe in it, actually, and
Okay.
he's not in it
I'm
much.
intrigued.
Uh,
I'm less intrigued.
yeah, he's not in it a whole lot, but when he's in it, I mean, he was good. It was just like I don't know how they got him attached. It has not bad ratings. It has a 6.8 on IMDb with 141,000 ratings, so it's pretty popular.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
47 critic score, which isn't terrible.
No.
Um, considering I don't know, just the type of movie it is, but uh, Numi, I guess Rapace. I never know how to pronounce her name, but she's the main character in it. Glenn Close is
Mhm.
also in it.
Okay. It's a
They
good
would be
get.
the top 3 actors. It says in a world where families are limited to one child due to overpopulation, a set of identical septuplets, which is 9, or not 9, sorry, 7, 7
Jeez
twins or whatever,
Louise.
must avoid being put to a long sleep by the government and dangerous infighting while investigating the disappearance of one of their own. So basically, a group of 7 identical twins or whatever, identical
Mhm.
siblings, all girls. William Defoe adopts them, fathers them in secret because the government at the time with overpopulation has made it to where you can only have one child. So in secret, he raises these children and he names them each after a day of the week, so Sunday through Saturday. And
Okay.
then each on that day of the week is when they're allowed to go out and they're all acting like the same person.
Okay. That's
Um,
good. I love the plot.
yeah, concept is interesting and cool. I liked that. I just didn't think it was done so well, or she worked the best as like the main actress in it for me.
Okay.
But again, like
Right.
the ratings are good. My girlfriend really enjoys the movie. Really wanted me to watch it. I could have just not been in the right headspace for it, but I really didn't enjoy it like at all. I don't know. I just
All right.
didn't.
Well, I'll probably I might check it out.
Like I said, concept's cool.
I like the concept.
I just different things that happened in the movie or the way the events would unfold. That it just felt like the movie was moving along whether you wanted it to or not, and we're not acknowledging a lot of things that just happened. We're just gonna keep going. I don't know. I didn't have much fun with it. Again, cool concept and all. I didn't really like the world that they built or like the looks of things or a whole lot of things. I don't want to go on too long about it, but I already have.
Sure. Right.
So yeah, watch that. Watch Sideways, which with Paul
Great film.
Giamatti, Alexander Payne. uh, film, which they also teamed up for Holdovers, which is one of my favorite films of this decade. But yeah, finally got around to watching that. Really enjoyed that a whole lot.
Thomas
Trying to
Hayden
remember.
Church as
I was gonna say Thomas Hayden Church. He was so good
well.
in that movie as well.
Great
Buddy
in Tires as well.
comedy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Buddy comedy described also as like a dark comedy and like a road
I,
trip
I, th-
film.
I think
Um,
dark buddy comedy is very
yeah,
good
dark
way to
buddy
describe it.
comedy road trip film. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's
About wine and friendship and romance and
mhm.
morals and ethics and heartbreak
Yeah, yeah,
and just a lot about life, I guess to say, but revolving a lot around wine. But yeah, very good film. Paul Giamatti is one of those actors that I'll watch a lot of stuff that he's in just because he's in
sure.
it. He's just a great actor. I saw he's in a new Star Trek, I think
I didn't know
episode
that.
of Star Trek. Yeah, he's playing like a villain or something in it. His dude, you should look that up real quick if you don't mind. Look that up.
Okay.
His makeup and the look that he has is awesome in it. Or his costume and everything. He looks really cool. And apparently he said that's been like a lifelong dream for himself is to be in a Star Trek episode, that he's always been a nerd for Star Trek. Um,
Golly, yeah,
yeah, he looks
creepy.
awesome in it. So again, Paul Giamatti just one of those awesome actors. But
Yep.
yeah, Sideways, highly recommend that film. If I had to rate, honestly, if I had to rate the What Happened to Monday, I'm gonna say 54. Is what I'll say for that film. Um, and if I had to say for Sideways, I would probably say mm, like a 8.3 is probably what I'd give Sideways. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed it a whole lot. It's a movie that I've been
Yeah,
wanting to get
Sideways
around to
is so
watching
good,
for a
so
long
good.
time.
I actually just recently watched it last year as well.
Yeah, I've known about it for a little while. Really, I can't remember when I first discovered it. I know my parents have had it on DVD for a while, and
Mm,
they've talked about it before, but I don't think I really got around to wanting to watch it until maybe Holdovers, just knowing that that's what it was. And still loved that when I saw Holdovers at the Belcourt in Nashville, that Alexander Payne had actually given a shout out personally to the Belcourt Theater
oh,
and to
nice. Yeah.
people for coming to see it early. Like that was like blew my mind when we first watched it. It's kind of outer body experience, almost just like being
Right.
talked to directly like that. But yeah, just again, Holdovers being one of my favorite films the last few years, and them teaming up for that, and this being like their original team up, I wanted to watch it. Thomas Hayden Church, I mean, is a classic actor of that era. I feel like, and still is, like you said, good work. But yeah,
Right.
just a really good overall film that I'd highly recommend. Um, but
Absolutely.
yeah. I told you I'm only like I think it's 8 films away from finishing the IMDb top 50 movies. I've checked like the
Yeah.
top 250. My dad and I used to go back and forth all the time. Whenever we couldn't think about movies to watch, or even just he would prioritize like what's on the IMDb top 250 movies, and we'd go down the list, and he'd be like,
Mm,
I don't care to watch that, or
mm,
no, or whatever. And then for
sure.
some of them, we'd watch them. But anyways, yeah, only like 8 films short on that, so I'm excited to it's my next goal, I think, right now is to try to get through those films and maybe try to finish the top 250. Who knows?
It's
End of the
top
year,
50.
next year.
You're talking about your top 50 or the
The
IMDb's?
IMDb top.
Right.
So
Okay.
IMDb has the top 250, and
Sure.
just going off the
You
top
just went down to
50.
50. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm just
got you.
like going off top 50 at the moment on that top 250 list.
What are you
And
lacking? Do you have that in
let
front
me
of you?
see. Yeah, hold on. My phone's dying so fast, and I don't know why. It's like gone down 30% during this podcast. I'm not using it.
Oh wow.
Um.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's not good.
so let's see. Life is Beautiful.
Okay.
Which I think is who directed that film again? Always forget. I feel like I should as a film buff. Roberto Benigni is the director of it, and he
Okay.
also starred in it. But Life is Beautiful, The Pianist, with Adrian Brody. Graves of the Fireflies, which I think is an anime film. Harakiri, um,
Hmm.
samurai film, classic Japanese samurai film. Cinema Paradiso, um, The Untouchables, and
Not to be
Alien.
confused with
Yeah,
Untouchables.
not Untouchables. Alien, the first Alien film, is a movie that I started to watch like a part of it a few times, that I've fallen asleep. Not because it was bad, I was just tired at the time I tried to watch
Sure.
it. And then Modern Times, the Charlie Chaplin film. So that's 8 films on the list that I haven't seen before. I think I've seen like probably clips of the Modern Times, and we did a whole lot on Charlie Chaplin in film school, and I've watched like clips or documentaries on him,
Sure.
but honestly, I've never just gone through his films. But yeah, it's 8 films I'm lacking on there that I'm wanting to watch. I think just trying to watch television as well has been hard, but to keep up with those things. But I think there's kind of a lull maybe for movies, like not multiple movies coming out every week for me to want to go see right now, where I can catch up on some things like that, and maybe just breaks in life as well, where I don't have to go out and
Maybe
do
I'll
as many
start working
things, and I
through the
can watch some stuff.
250s as well. I'm going through to see what I have seen or what I haven't seen. I'm surprised I've seen more than I thought.
Yeah, that's what was shocked me was because I've seen
I mean, there's a
all of the
bunch I haven't.
top. I've seen actually all of the top 25. All the top 25 films I have seen.
I
So
can't.
that's when I started going down and wanted to see the top 50. And out of the
Mugen
top
Train is
50, I haven't seen
248 by the way.
8. Really? Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
crazy.
list has moved like since in the last like 10 years. That list has moved a lot and in different
I'm sure,
directions. There's
especially
a
at the
lot
very
more
bottom.
anime on the list. There's a lot more like Interstellar. I think is maybe like a top 25 or top 50 film, which I think is a wonderful film. But like that being like that far up there was shocking to me, and it was like that
Sure.
from the jump, like when the movie came out. So there's certain films that recent films that have jumped up the list very quickly. Um, but yeah, I don't know about at the top 250. I'll have to go down and see how many of those films overall I haven't seen. I may have seen 50% or more of the top 250. I'd be interested to know myself on that. But yeah, again, it's always just been a good reference point to me for good movie recommendations to watch. I mean, my watch list on IMDb, I'm curious to see myself, but it's got to be insanely high.
Right.
2.8 thousand, so 2,800 is how many movies are on my watch list. So I mean, that's a lifetime worth.
Sure.
Um, so sometimes just to like bring it back to center, I'm like, okay, what's something for me to watch, and then go through the top 250. I like to on which I'd like to do that more, even like for a show to be able to like deep dive on somebody, but
Hmm.
to go into like certain actors or directors more, like do like a little marathon for them, and then
Yeah.
kind of dissect some of their work and the importance of their work at the time, or their
Not that
significance to
Tarantino guy
film
though.
and stuff. Yeah, not the Tarantino guy. I could do too much on him. I could do
All
40
right.
hours on Tarantino, but yeah. Anyways, I think that would be kind of cool to do as well.
I did. Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
when I was gonna do that little world record thing, I that's how I was gonna frame it. Was like this week we're doing like or so we're doing a Scorsese day or a couple days. Like gonna go through all Scorsese's filmography, or do like a Pixar week, or I don't know, 70s 80s horror or something.
Right.
Random things, but I just always think that's fun to do. Or even for like the times like I know for a lot of females in the United States, since it's now past August 1st. Halloween season
Oh
has already
gosh,
started, so Halloween films will be coming up more in the
popping up.
zeitgeist more and more every day, or
Weapon
even on
should have released in
television probably.
October.
Yeah, I think they're like almost just forcing Halloween season to start earlier. It's like August doesn't have much, September
Yeah,
doesn't have much for like holidays, so they're like, we got to go ahead and
need
get
something.
like Halloween season, and then as soon as Halloween's over, it's Christmas season, and Thanksgiving exists, but we're not, decorating around it a whole lot. I don't know.
Right.
That could be a whole podcast on that. Anyways, but yeah, so some movies there that I'm looking forward to watching, and some other stuff that I've been trying to get around to watching some movies that I've had on my watch list for a very long time and just haven't gotten
Hmm.
around to. Like
Sure.
one, for instance, a very random one, but I've wanted to watch for forever is Chronicle. With like Dane DeHaan and Michael B. Jordan. It was like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Josh Trank, one of his first films.
That's such a good movie.
Yeah, I know it's like a very well received film. Came at a time where films were, or superhero films were becoming very grounded, I think, off of The Dark Knight and stuff like that. But I think it was like received as one of the best of that sort of genre. Seems like it has like a Cloverfield sort of vibe with the like the found footage documentary style. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I've always wanted to watch it, never gotten around to watching it. Or even like that first Alien film, like I said, I've tried to watch it a couple times, never gotten around to finishing it. There's so many films, or people all the time were like, you're supposed to be such a big movie buff. How are you not seeing these films or stuff? And it's like I just
Right,
either haven't gotten
right.
around to it, um, or again, I've
I,
tried
I I
to,
mean,
whatever.
movies are long, man.
Yeah,
It's a
especially
lot
when
of
you
time,
start
you know.
like really, it was a lot easier and simpler pre-COVID, and the pandemic was like I was pretty much a movie 99% of the time guy. Like all I watched, I was a movie purist. I didn't really want to watch TV shows unless it was the best
Sure.
of the best. I may watch one a year, and it would be like Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones or True Detective or Justified, like some of the best stuff, or
Hmm.
Dexter. That would be my one of the year. And everything else would be movies because I can get through so many more movies than I can like through TV shows. But once the pandemic hit and I started getting into like anime and a lot of TV series and stuff, um,
Hmm.
it's so hard to keep up with movies. It seems like harder to when you're also watching TV and binge watching things. It's tough. It's a lot easier if you're just like I'm only watching movies. Like I think life is better that way, really. But anyways, okay. Well, anything else you'd like to talk about for the podcast, or ready to wrap it up?
I guess that's it. We'll save all the pressing stuff. I think we've gotten to.
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry, you cut out for a second.
I was saying no. I think I'm good for now this week.
Okay. Cool, cool.
I think I've said what I needed to say.
Yeah, we've gone over a lot of stuff. I love the blind ranking list. I think we both did a wonderful job on that this week.
I do too. Probably our best week, honestly,
Yeah,
combined.
yeah, I'd say for sure best placements. And some good recommendations. I mean, good on our random recommendations, but also I think just some good ones thrown out there throughout the show, like the
Sure.
studio.
Studio, yeah, absolutely.
That I think for people to go out and watch, or True Detective season one is again always going to be a recommendation. But but yeah, thank you guys for joining us on this edition of Holy Flick. Still going to be trying to come out with more content here soon, more consistently, working on that. But just glad that we're still doing the podcast for now. Hope we're entertaining you guys, and yeah, guess we'll see you guys on the next podcast and see you guys at the movies. Thanks for joining
Thank
us.
you.